Hi everyone. Okay, I thought I'd just pop in with this video. Okay, I think I've mentioned in the group before that unless people are booking one-to-one sessions with me, which is something I rarely do. I'm not really offering many one-to-one sessions now. But unless you are booking one-to-one sessions, I cannot answer personal questions or get at people's problems through Facebook Messenger. This is something that happens a lot to me, and it's something I just can't do for various reasons. I get a lot of it, and I just don't have the time and energy to do it. At the end of the day, I'm running a business, and I have to look after my. So I'm so sorry, but I can't get into personal questions on Facebook that people are looking for personal help and just for me to, help them with situations. Okay, so I'm really sorry. But on some of the questions that I have been getting asked and people are requesting help, the group, this is what the group's for, okay? But for those of you who are at the moment who have considerable stress, painful emotions, okay? Painful emotions can really be hard to deal with, and they can make us feel that we are at breaking point. But what we've got to understand about emotions, okay? Emotions are energy that's want to move through the body, and we have to allow our emotions to surface and to be released. But what most of us do is we get frightened of our emotions. We get scared. We feel our emotions are going to get out of control. So what we do is we either add a story and we get really worried about the emotion, or we keep going back to why we're feeling this way. So we blame someone or a situation, or we keep want to escape away from the emotion. So we do things to again either someone else to give, to try and send the response to someone else, or what we do is we deny it, okay? And when we keep denying our emotions, they eventually will catch up with us. And that's why when emotions come to the surface again, we don't want to deal with them, because sometimes they all come, or they seem to come at the one time. But when you're fully in the moment, emotion, and you're calm and you just sit with what you're feeling, no matter how painful, okay? No matter how hard it is, when you sit with that emotion and you allow the pain of the emotion, it eventually goes, okay? Now, you may have a little bit more and a little bit more at certain times, and if it's something like grief or loss, it can take a lot of time to, well, sometimes we don't completely ever recover from, sometimes the memory is always there and it brings up certain emotions. But you have to, or to deal with your emotions healthily, you have to approach it from a moment to moment perspective and not add things to the emotion. And when we're feeling very emotionally raw, things can feel as if that everything's like a big monster. Everything appears more negative or more fearful than what it actually is, because of the pain that we're suffering at that point. But remember, suffering in many ways is a choice, but the view that we have over the pain, okay? And my main advice is, emotions are there to move. And when we allow the emotions to come to the surface, we're allowing them to be free. We're allowing them to be released. But most of us want to resist that emotion. And as we said, we're frightened of it, but the emotions are never as bad as what we believe in our head they are. So we actually fear emotions more than anything. So when you feel the rawness, it moves and it goes. But the problem is that many times we add stories to it, or we think that pain is going to break us. It's not the actual emotion that breaks us, it's the stories that we tell ourselves about the situation or the pain that actually causes most of it. Okay, so I hope that's made sense. And if you are suffering right now, the most important thing that you can do for yourself is self-care and self-love and self-nurturing. And it's about you looking after yourself in the best way that you can and recognizing that you're, and that it may not appear, sometimes when we're under considerable amount of emotional pain, we may feel unloved or uncared for, but every single one of us are so lovable, we're so cared for, there's someone that loves us deeply, and you are enough, and you've got to remember that. But remember, no matter how much emotions are coming, allow them to come. Because when you allow them to come to the surface, and I mean on an emotional, as in you feel it physically, okay, you allow it to rise physically. But it's when we bring our thoughts in our heads and give that emotion a story, or what we think is the real reason for the emotion, that's actually when the problems start. Now, when I teach children, or when I used to teach children meditation, you would tell children that it doesn't matter what the emotion, every emotion is okay. Okay? Emotion is just an emotion. But it's when we give it a label of what it is and why we feel that way that a lot of times we can start having more problems. So just accept the emotion that you're having as an emotion that needs to be released. And try and not give it too much of a label or a story. That's when you start problems. Okay? So I hope any of you that are feeling this way, you can get some comfort from that. Make sure you're looking after yourself as best as you can. Thank you.